Hello, I'm Joseph McClendon III. Welcome to session number 2 of the video portion of Free Nutrition Club, your personal resource pool for nutrition and wellness information. First, I'd like to thank you in advance, if you will, for your willingness to step out from underneath what I call the cloud of confusion and into the light of the simple truth about how we function as human beings, and of course how to use that information to get the very best out of ourselves. Now, if you're joining us for the first time, welcome, of course, and I also encourage you to go back or watch the first video so that you can kind of get a handle on what we're doing here, and then also you can get the first lesson so that you can have it for today's process. Meaning, at the end of the last video, I gave you something to do to bring to this session, and if you've done it, then that's cool. And if not, please pause the video now, don't go further, because you're going to need just what we talked about, and you're going to need it in just a few minutes. So the purpose of this particular session is to answer another question, if you will, that was sent in, and then also to teach you, like I said, what we learned last time, and then also get you set up for the next session. I'm really excited about this in the next session, especially the next session, because I get to unveil some stuff, but we're going to start talking about how to give your body exactly, no holds barred, exactly what it needs to do what it's really designed to do, which is to keep you healthy, to keep you well, to keep you full of energy, to keep you even looking good, and to have that vibrancy that you seek and that we all deserve. So here's the first question, or here's the question for the day. Dear Joseph, I'm a habitual snacker. It seems that I'm always craving something, and even if I'm not hungry, I catch myself nibbling and eating between meals. I know it's bad for me, and I just can't seem to help myself. I feel like I'm depriving myself if I don't snack, and I feel terrible if I do. Ultimately, I don't feel good about myself, and also I keep gaining weight. I'm tired of this, and I have no energy to fight it. Why do I snack, and how can I stop and regain my energy? That's a great question, and of course, as I said before, I'm always going to answer it. I'm going to start off with what I call the should ask question, which is a question that you'll want to be asking instead of focusing on the negative. And it goes kind of like this. How do I train my brain and my body to eat only when it's appropriate while still feeling fulfilled because I've chosen this path? And how can I have even more vibrant energy throughout the day? And of course, that's a great question as well. And what I want to do is, first I'm going to talk to you just a little bit, or I'm going to remind you of last time we talked about that the first place to always go is, of course, our thoughts or our psychology. And of course, that's what we're going to talk about. And I'm going to show you how to use what we did last time. But here's the deal. What I'm going to talk to you about now is the real root or the real source of the challenge. Now, what I mean by that is that we all know that there's a universal age-old philosophy or understanding, and that it's called cause and effect. That's a no-brainer. It's really simple. For every action, there's an equal or greater reaction. Something happens, and then something else is going to happen as a result of that. Now, but what is not discussed is a deeper component of the whole thing, meaning that what triggers the cause in the first place. And if we address that trigger, if we address that source, then we change the cause, and ultimately we will affect the change even more dramatically. What does that all mean? It means that instead of treating the symptom, let's go to the real deal, go right to the cause of the symptom. And the symptom's going to go away. And at the very least, it's going to change radically. It's going to shift the result. Now, stay with me here for a moment, because this might sound a little complicated in the beginning, but as usual, I'm going to simplify it. Diets only address the symptom of weight gain and weight loss and cravings and things related, and even energy. The true source is something that's called nutritional efficiency, or in most cases, shall I say, deficiency. Now, here's how that pertains to today's question about snacking and about craving and even energy, and even weight loss, by the way, or weight gain. A person that is snacking or eating too much is doing so because their body is in need of nutrition, not food, nutrition. Said differently, it is in search of the only thing that it can eat, and those are nutritions or nutrients. It thinks it, and it's being fooled into thinking that the snacks or the poor food will contain what it needs, but if it doesn't, it will still crave more. And the foods that we eat and the snack foods that we usually eat don't contain it, otherwise we wouldn't be hungry. And when I say our body, I really mean our cells, because ultimately that's what we're all made of. Billions of little cells, and each little cell needs to be fed every day and all day long. And it has no stomach. None of our cells have stomachs, and they need only the one thing that they can use. Now, I'm not going to go too much into that. We're going to cover most of that on the next one. We're going to cover that in detail on our next session and even tell you where to find that proper nutrition and why. But for now, please understand this simple fact. People are not always eating because they're hungry. Now, we've all heard of nutrients, but what do they really mean? And what are they really? They are the substances that are found in food that our cells need to reproduce themselves and create compounds and things that are necessary for their survival. And I do mean survival. Anything else that we eat either gets stored as fat or the body tries to eliminate it. And if it can't, then it builds up and becomes toxic. Either way, the whole process uses up precious energy and taxes our system. That's called disease. I get so excited about this, and of course, you're gonna find out the real truth. You're gonna find out exactly what to do on the next session, so I can't wait. So obviously, the trick is for you to give the body the right nutrients when it needs it, and when it needs them the most, and the cravings will go away. And in the case of energy, the same thing will hold true. Your body will have more energy because it's getting what it needs to produce the energy. It's really, really simple. Now, of course, this is the simple version, and I'll be covering it in detail and solution in the next one. But for now, just understand this concept. Understand the concept. Nutrition is everything, and most people in the general public have no idea what good nutrition is, or even what a nutrient is. We've been duped and fooled into thinking that the foods that we eat are good for us, when in fact they aren't at all. As a matter of fact, they're actually hindering us. And don't worry, you still get to eat the things that you like. You're just gonna not want the bad things. Your body will be conditioned that way. And remember what I said, I'm gonna show you how to go to the source of the challenge. And I'm gonna do it so it's simple, easy, quickly, and you're gonna love it. And you're gonna do something about it. So in preparation for next session, this is really important. Remember, I'm always going to leave you something. I want you to be dirt honest with yourself. You don't have to show this to anybody else. You're not going to show it to me. It's just for you. I want you to write down what you usually eat in a day. Go back over the last few days and just list what you eat and when you eat it. It's very, very important, because in order for us to go somewhere and to get a result, we must first know where we're starting. And that's just like, it's so important. So write down what you ate and what you usually eat, and specifically what you ate for breakfast. Now, here's what I want to do, and here's what I'm going to talk about for the last session and what I gave you for our assignment. Our outcome is to start the process of embedding the psychology or the thoughts into our nervous system, so that our nervous system will cause us to do what it takes. And I'm not going to go into detail at this time, but all I want you to do is every morning when you get up, I had you write down what you wanted. If you don't remember, just go back and look at it. Had you write down what it is that you wanted. I want you to, every morning, I want you to get up, and remember, there's a method to my madness. You don't have to understand everything, just do it. Get up every morning as soon as you wake up, and I want you to go to the mirror and look yourself in the eyes, and then I want you to read that statement out loud. Read it out loud. Doesn't matter who hears or who doesn't hear. Read it out loud. Here's what I want. I, Joseph McClendon III, am going to be 175 pounds of lean muscle, and I'm going to be fit, healthy, and all of those things that you wrote down there. And read your reason why. And at the end of it, watch this. Just do like this. It's really simple. Go. Just simply put a smile on your face. Just trust me, it's going to do something to your nervous system. And then also do it right before you go to bed at night. It's really, really simple. Give yourself some sort of reward. Now, do this, and in our next video, I'm going to blow you away. I'm going to talk to you about nutrition. I'm going to show you how to get the nutrition. It's going to be super simple, super easy, and you're going to love it. It's going to change everything. So I can't wait to be with you next time. And remember, leave your comments on the blog. And also remember, life is exactly what you dare to make it, and fortune favors the bold. So boldly step up and dare to make your life magnificent. I will see you at your best. Bye-bye.